So obviously this...
I don't have to chill next to this thing, do I?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be like this, but you just
so
have...
I can't be like leaning against this?
Nah.
Oh, I have to.
No, you don't.
I swear I do. Like,
Are you
anything
serious?
else is so uncomfortable. Like I can't be
Wait.
this the whole time.
But if I... No, it's too far. It's too far. Do you want to hear it?
No.
Okay. Because I was going to say you'd be able to hear how annoying it is if you sit too far back.
Oh, is it? Why?
Because the closer I am to this thing, the more the sound it picks up. You don't have to be, you know, like...
Can this thing not come closer to us?
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. So
idiot.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this against should.
But even so, wait, I'll put it there and then I'll just scooch in more towards you. Okay, let me just check you're still in it. Yeah, you're still in it. That's chill. Okay.
I'm chilling, lads.
Okay. I think I am definitely in that. Okay. Do you feel good?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I feel great. That's my phone.
I feel good.
No, that's your
my
phone. Just wanted to see if any girls messaged you. Fuck, where's my phone?
You seen anyone after that dude?
Which dude?
I don't know. Told me you're seeing a dude and it went wrong.
Oh, yeah. But I've seen a few.
Damn. Are you not bored of this?
Bored of what? Oh, like dating
Seeing
people?
dudes, yeah.
No, I am.
Oh,
I am
okay.
kind of bored of it. Did I put my phone? There it is, okay. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this is good. Okay, speak.
Hello.
Okay, that was really annoyingly quiet, but it's fine.
Do I sound like John Mayer?
I don't know what John Mayer sounds
You're
like.
joking.
No.
You don't know John Mayer?
Yeah, I don't. No, I know who he is, but I just don't know what he sounds like.
Amazing.
Okay, so also you have a really softly spoken voice, Vitor. So if you can try and come closer to this thing, that would be much appreciated.
I'm
Okay,
not
fine,
moving.
fucking say that.
I'm not moving.
Okay, so firstly, thanks for being on my pod.
Oh, we're live now?
Yeah, well, we've
shit.
been live the whole time.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
But is this Instagram live?
No.
Oh, it
Fuck
should
that. No. I mean, we could do Instagram live. No, that's too intense. Also, I've written questions down on my phone, so I need my phone.
be. We're not following script, by the way.
No, there's no script.
Okay, because I have a few points that I wanted to clarify.
Good. I want you to talk about them.
Okay.
So I'm actually, obviously, so this podcast is titled, this is part of the dating series, which is actually the series that most people who listen are a fan of. It's a popular series. And it's titled Hinge Flame, what didn't work.
Yeah.
You're my Hinge flame.
Okay.
And so I wanted to get you onto the pod because I think that it would be, obviously lots of people go on Hinge and they date and they have flings with people and whatever. And that's what we were, really. Like, we dated for a period of time. Sure. Yeah. We met on Hinge.
And why do you say that it didn't work?
Well, okay, good point.
That's the first thing that I need to clarify.
Okay, so...
Because to me, it worked.
Okay, yeah, of course. So it did work. Like, I think that in order for something to work, especially in terms of like a dating Hinge thing, having a good kind of relationship where you guys like click to a certain extent would categorize that it works. I think it did work between us and we're friends now and everything, which is great. But I think that how I define that is like we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, which in theory is how dating apps would define whether it worked or not.
Now, this is my problem with the whole, I guess, the title of the podcast.
Tell me your problem with it.
The problem that I have with it is that from the very first moment that we met, I said that that's the one thing that I didn't want.
What?
Is that not true?
What? That you didn't want a relationship?
That I didn't want a relationship. So,
okay.
So my thinking is that nothing went wrong because that's not what I went in there looking for anyways.
You didn't say that.
What? You're joking. You are joking.
Wait. Before you get into having that conversation, you didn't say that. You didn't say that.
You're joking, right?
No, it's fair.
By the way, just to clarify, I am the man who took her to a pub on the first date. And that was the initial, my way of saying this is not going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And then on the second date, because there was a second date. So,
the party.
Well, the first date
Wait, do you want to get into the second date or do you want to set the scene first?
No, so the first date I took her to a nice pub.
A nice pub?
we sat around with a bunch of
a nice pub,
guys and girls.
Yeah, not that you had planned that.
And I was actually wearing carnan on our first date.
Shout out.
And it worked like a charm.
No, you weren't. You were wearing a suit.
I know I was. This is for the promo.
Oh,
You're gonna put a link in the description.
I'll put a link in the description for carnan.
So yeah, we had our first date. It didn't go well, to be fair. Like
no.
In the
first like maybe hour didn't go well. The first like hour and a half didn't go well.
We didn't really talk, to be fair, because the whole date got hijacked by like dudes and two guys and a girl.
We're gonna set the scene of that, but tell me what you were saying about the second date.
And then on the second date, whatever, the third, I don't remember the second date. Like
second date, you invited me to a party.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, you're sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, like second or third date, we had a conversation about what is it that you're looking for and whatever.
On the sofa.
And I said, the one thing that I said is, I am not looking for a serious relationship. I'm not looking for a girlfriend. You're crazy. You must be crazy.
I really don't think
Let me set the scene at a high level. So this was like mid-October, and we went on until early December without explicitly having the what are we conversation.
Yeah. I can agree with you on that.
Although I did say explicitly that I did not want a girlfriend or a serious relationship. I was not looking for commitment. I didn't have the time or the mindset, really. So December comes, Molly sat me down.
Wait, stop, no. Okay, you are jumping the gun. No, we're not getting into that yet.
Okay.
I want to start from the beginning.
Okay, go.
I just thought you had to say something. You were talking about how there was some kind of sign that you showed on like the second or third date which highlighted that you didn't want to have a relationship.
Said it.
Oh, that was you saying it.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't say it, but it's fine.
I said it.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And by the way, it's in our Hinge chat. If we go back and look at our Hinge chat, I speak about not wanting a long-term girlfriend.
Can you
or
get
a
it
serious
up?
relationship.
Can you pull that shit up?
I don't know if I have it.
Okay, so before we get into the questions that I have for you and why it didn't work out and etc. Oh no, I unmatched you, so you won't have it.
Yeah.
And why didn't
that's made to be deleted.
Why it didn't work out, etc. I just want to talk a little bit about the backstory of how we met and that kind of thing. So it was like early September. We matched on Hinge.
Early October.
No, Vitor, I met you on September 16th.
You sure about
that?
Yeah. Okay.
I will bet you a bagel.
Okay.
Okay. Shake?
Okay. Bagel shake.
So we matched at like early September, and I thought you were really good looking.
Thanks, Molly.
Yeah, you're welcome. I liked that you were from Brazil. I hate English people. I don't know if you've spoken about this. Like, I don't hate English people. That's technically racist. I just like, I just don't like to date English people. And so I particularly liked that you from Brazil and that you lived near me, and I thought you were really good looking. I didn't really think much of it. We didn't really chat that much. We kind of spoke for like a week a bit. It was should we
barely
just meet?
spoke by the way, and like we replied to each other once every 12 hours.
Yeah, it was very like not fluid kind of conversation. Then we arranged to meet, and you suggested a pub.
I did.
In Marylebone.
I did.
And I was like, ew, what the fuck? And so, but to be fair, you achieved what you were trying to achieve, because it sounds like you were trying to achieve a scenario where you didn't think you wanted to give the impression that you weren't serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
no serious man takes a girl to a pub on a first date.
Agreed.
So I thought, to me, that's the best idea ever.
Agreed.
I take her to a pub, she'll not think of me as boyfriend material, because why would she?
I agree with you, but you can't assume that people will think that.
Oh, I didn't, because I said it.
Okay. And two, that's an English person thing to do, so I thought maybe you've been here too long. Do you know what I mean? I thought maybe he's just like, yeah. So then I was getting ready in my office. Like, I was so nervous before I met you, by the way. Just telling you. And then I got dressed up, blah, blah, blah. Come to this pub. I think I was there early.
No.
Were you there?
Don't make it sound that bad. I was there before you.
Were you there? Okay. Okay, fine. Oh, no, I think I hung around. I think I was early. And
You're probably pretending not to be
checked.
early.
Yeah, I think I checked. And I was like, oh, he's not here. So I think I hung back.
Because I was a bit late.
Oh, fine. Yeah. Makes sense. And then you showed up with like your backpack, you were in a suit and everything. And I was like, hi. And then I was just like, oh my God, we're in a pub. Like, this is so weird. And not that anything is wrong with pubs, but like, I don't go to pubs with my friends. Like, I wouldn't, obviously you understand the connotations of taking someone to a pub. Like, it's not romantic. It's just we're just going to get a drink. And then we sat down outside on a communal bench where like a bunch of people joined us. There were like two old men to my left, and then later on in the night, this like drunk Australian girl.
New Zealand, get it right.
New Zealand, sorry. And this like kind of drunk dude that she was with sat next to us. And you obviously have seen on my Instagram, because we spoke about this briefly, and I have spoken about this on Instagram. There's a clip on my Instagram talking about this, how I went on a first date with a guy, and we're like, fucking culprit, and we're like talking or whatever, and this drunk girl's obviously making moves on you. She's very flirtatious, she's touching you, all of this stuff, and I look to my left, like to this old man, and I didn't realise, but apparently, and we spoke about this after, you guys kissed.
Yeah.
Now say your bit, because you've come onto the pod. No, I think you have a right to just fucking back yourself, because people have messaged me like, oh my God, I can't believe this dude did that. And I'm like, I know.
No, look, I do think that it's a bad thing to do, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's our first date. You weren't showing any interest.
Really?
No, not at all. Not in my books.
To be fair, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And then I have a girl there who's...
But how was I supposed to? Like, I'm sitting across the table
I don't know,
you.
But put yourself in my shoes. Like, I have two girls at that point. That sounds bad. But
I'm on a date with you.
I know, that's why it's bad. But anyways, like, my thinking was, okay, it was already 10:30. The pub is shutting in half an hour. I have this girl here who's, as you said, all over me. And I have this other girl on the other side of the table who's shown zero interest in me. What do I do? And I actually had a conversation with the old guy.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. And he's just asking me like all these super deep questions, like who do you feel a connection with, and you know, is it more of a sexual or a romantic connection with her versus her, whatever. He basically told me to go for the other chick. By the way.
Okay.
Don't take offense.
No, I'm not offended. That's fair.
Which I want
if you were looking just for someone to bang, then fair.
Yeah, that is a conversation that I had with the old dude.
Oh, I was gonna say, doesn't sound like that's what. Okay, go on.
And anyways, he's like, you should go for her, whatever, like, and I don't think she heard, but anyways, like, you're having a conversation with another guy who was talking to you the whole night. Some guy. That's another thing, by the way. Like, she was talking with another guy the whole night. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, she goes home with him, I go home with her. We came here to get with each other, but it didn't happen. We'll both go home with other people. Fine, like, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So that was my thinking, because you were talking to another guy the whole night, weren't you? Long hair.
You're totally right. I was talking to him, but I genuinely, and maybe I should have made this clearer, but I was talking to him because I felt that you should have come and sat next to me, like when they came and sat down. Like, I was a bit like, what the fuck? Like, why hasn't he come and sat next to me? Like, I thought you just didn't really care about like what was going on between us. And then when she was being really flirty with you, especially then, the fact that you didn't come, and you like the fact that you went like, oh, like, I'm gonna go and sit. I thought that, oh, you really don't give a fuck, like, you enjoy flirting with her, so I don't care. I'm just gonna I honestly was just like, I'm just gonna talk to this guy because he's not interested.
Yeah,
I wasn't interested in that guy.
No, I know you weren't.
Yeah
But that was my thinking. I guess you can see where I'm coming from. You know, it's not what the plan originally was, but things change, and that's life. So I just went with it, you know. And then I don't know what happened at the end of the night.
Wait, did you guys like use tongue? I want to know how intense this kiss was.
I don't remember the details of it.
Come on.
I swear I don't, by the way.
Okay.
It wasn't super long, but like 10-15 seconds.
Okay. Is
what my watch was saying.
So because of that scenario, well, I didn't know. Like, I speak about this.
Oh, by the way, like, she was I don't know if this is too graphic. She was playing footsie like under the table, the whole
like putting her hand on your thigh and stuff.
Yeah.
See that it really, I hate stuff like that. Not because like I didn't know you, and
yeah, exactly.
So it's obviously not that you can do whatever you want to do. That's not what I'm trying to say. Even though of course that's true. I didn't know you, so it's fine to a certain extent. But like, this is something which is obviously, I didn't know that was going on at the time. But like, for me,
red flag or deal breaker.
Oh no, if I knew that was happening, I would have never spoken to you again. Like, that is an absolute loyalty.
But I did tell you about it.
Not even loyalty.
I did tell you about it.
Yes, okay, we'll get to that. But like, not even just loyalty, but integrity. Like, the fact that you were a guy,
not really.
and you came on a date.
I disagree with that.
You came on from my perspective, you came on a date with a girl who's obviously made an effort. Like, I tried to look nice. I was trying to have a good time.
You achieved that.
And the fact that you didn't, it's fair game on your part, and I can't say I wouldn't have done anything differently. But the fact that you didn't come over and you were like, hey, do you want to do something else?
You have to acknowledge the fact that you were talking to another dude the whole night. You know, it's not like you're there sitting like this, you know.
Well,
doing
yeah, because
nothing.
I'm not a loner. Like, I know it sounds mean,
No,
but
but
I'm
it's
not
not-
someone who's just going to stare
but-
into the distance being
No,
like, I'm
and
waiting
you
for
shouldn't,
Vitor to
but
talk to me.
The point is, it's not like I started talking to her and then you talked to another guy. No, it's just the way that things evolved that night. You know, like you're next to them, you started talking to them, I started talking with her and the other guy.
Oh,
and
no, I
things
have a
evolved
question.
that way.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If that guy,
Who's that guy?
the one who was sitting next to me,
Yeah.
was all over me in the same respect that girl was all
Yeah.
over for you, touching me, playing footsie with me, putting his arm around me, laughing, like putting his head in my lap, blah, 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 and I was entertaining it, what would you have done?
Nothing. Honestly, like hand on the virtual Bible, don't care. Not because I don't care about you, but because it's a first date. You know, maybe you didn't like me, you have a guy next to you that you love, potentially. Why should that bother me?
Okay, that's fine.
It wouldn't at all. Yeah, if it's a month down the line and we've been seeing each other, whatever, that's a different story.
Okay.
You know, but I think on a first date, maybe we have a different idea of what constitutes a first date, a Hinge first date.
Yeah.
But to me, that's all fair play. Obviously, no, I won't say that it's the most gentlemanly thing that one could do.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
But I was,
Okay, it's fine that you wouldn't care. To be honest, I didn't care. Like, I thought, oh, this guy's a bit of a dick. He's a bit of a fuckboy. That's what I thought. He's a bit of a dick. He's a bit of a fuckboy. I don't really care. I don't know him. I'm going to go home at the end of the night. My point is that if that guy was doing that to me, I don't know for sure, but I assume you wouldn't have just stared into the distance, looking at me,
I'd have
being
continued
like,
talking with the girl.
hey, yeah, exactly. So that's my point.
Yeah,
That's why
mine
I
too.
carried on talking
We're saying
to
the
him.
same thing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the only difference is that she made a move and he didn't. If he had made a move and you're into him and you wanted something out of the night, you'd have gone with it, and I would not blame you at all for it.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Okay, fine.
You know?
I can't argue differently because I don't know if I would.
Yeah, we'll
fine.
never know.
Yeah.
But
So then after that,
we went home.
no. So then, you guys sort of blah 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 blah. I think to myself in my head, I'm never seeing this guy again.
Oh, but by the way, before we left...
Before we left the pub?
No, as in like, right after I kissed, we kissed.
Who, you and me or you and the girl?
No, me and the girl.
Yeah.
Some dude in our table stands up and she's like...
Oh yeah, I spoke about this.
Have you?
So the dude goes, so we're sitting on the table and they kiss. And then this older guy who's next to me, who was a fucking legend.
No, he wasn't.
He was a legend. He literally goes, I'm sorry, like I have to stop. What the fuck? He was like, what are you doing? You've got this beautiful girl sitting next to me and you're like fucking about, like what did he say? Because I've said it from my perspective. I want to hear it from yours.
And he's like, he told you, please tell me that you're not going home with this dickhead or whatever the word was tonight. He's like, it pisses me off so much when I see fuck boys or whatever like this.
Yeah.
Get away with this kind of behavior.
Yeah.
And then he's like...
And I didn't know. I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he was just talking about you not talking to me.
And then me and him got into like some sort of side conversation. He went home. And then we kissed right after that.
Who, you and I?
You and I.
So so romantic. No, so then after that happened, after she was like wasted, like that girl pretty much passed out and had to be taken home.
She was dying.
Yeah, paralytic. I was like, great, this is my fucking competition. And then her friend who would like basically took her home on a stretcher, they left, and then I was like looking at you and I thought, oh, he's got a really nice face. And then I was like, oh, I would just quite like to kiss you. Like, I just thought I don't really care about what, like all this shit. And I swear on my life, I thought to myself, I'm never seeing you again. Like, I'm never seeing you again, so who cares? So then when we like stood up and I was like, oh, maybe we can get a cab. And then by that point, I'd probably had like 5 vodka sodas.
Was that at Soho?
No, that was before.
That was, okay, yeah.
That was like literally when they were closing the pub. And then we were like hanging on that corner, and then we were like hugging whatever, and then we made out like on that corner.
It was cold.
It was cold.
So we hugged and then we kissed.
What did you think about the kiss? If you remember the kiss.
No, I think it was very good.
It was a good kiss.
I think that's what made us both want to continue the night.
Yeah.
You know, we kissed and it was great, and
it was a great kiss.
Then we went to I think it was Soho.
Yeah, then I called an Uber.
We went there, and then we had a good time there.
Yeah. Wait, before we get to that bit, because that's also a good bit of the story. When we first met, what did you think? I really want you to be honest. Like, when we first met, did you think that I lived up to my photos?
Oh, like were you catfish?
Yeah, was I catfish? And did you think that Did you expect me to be the way that you thought I was going to be?
Yes and no. I thought you were the same as your photos.
Okay.
Like your photos weren't deceiving. But you weren't how I expected you to be.
So how did you expect me to be?
I don't know. Like I didn't have a formed idea of who Molly is, but it was just, okay, that wasn't it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like not in a bad or good way. It was just, this is not what I had in mind.
Yeah.
And then I was, I thought, to be fair, like it's quite rare to come across an individual, man or woman, who's as interested by any fucking thing. Like, you know, where is Corona made, or, you know, why is Karnan? Do you know what I mean? Like, so I thought that was quite unique, which was nice, you know, and we had good conversations about all sorts of shit, which is also something that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that was a positive. Can I talk about negatives?
Please, Vito, please talk about negatives.
Like I thought you were more interesting than I was hoping for and expecting, which was good. The one thing that was a bit the opposite was, I'm usually more into like more princessy girls. Like you're quite princessy in some aspects, but not in all. And I'm usually more into like a all around princess, very. I can't say very girly because you are very girly. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
When you say
like,
princessy, do you mean like
you're a bit?
Are you gonna swear?
No, like
am I a bit like independent?
Yeah, like you're not in a bad way. It's just like it's not what I usually.
Right. Am I a bit?
And you came across on your profile as someone more to the princessy side than who you are, which is, you know, you have your own ambitions and you go after the shit that you want to get and all those things. And in a way, like there's certain things about you that are quite laddish.
Yeah. Quite masculine.
Yeah. I don't think in terms of your I don't know what it is exactly.
Yeah.
But there's certain things about you that are quite laddish.
It's so funny. I'm actually so happy that you said that, because I was talking to my dad about it. I was talking to this guy I just had brunch with today about it. And I think that, and tell me if I've interpreted this wrong, but I think there is something that, there's something about, and maybe this is not what you mean by laddish, but there is something, like I'm independent and I'm quite strong-willed and I know what I like and what I don't like, and I won't go along with things that if I don't want to go along with them. And I think that can be a real turn-off for guys. And my friend is the same.
It wasn't a turn-off, by the way, like at all. I'm just saying, like, it's one of the things that I wasn't expecting.
Right.
You know, it was a divergence from the picture that I pictured of who is Molly based on Hinge. And
right. So did you think that I was going to be a bit more like, maybe like even things like giggly, or like, yeah, we can do what you want to do, or a bit like, I don't mind.
I'm sure you have princessy friends.
Yeah, I do. But is that what you mean? I just
it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is, but it's just like a way of being.
Okay.
Like
I think I kind of know what you mean.
It's hard to say it.
Yeah.
And that's part of, I guess it's very interlinked with the positive things about you that I said, about you being interested about all sorts of shit and those kinds of things.
Yeah. I wonder if because those things are potentially more feminine and maybe those things are like attractive in a different way. You know, when someone, I don't know if it's because of the way it would make you feel, like maybe more masculine, but I think because I do have quote unquote masculine tendencies, as in like I don't mind sharing my opinion as much, or I don't mind like an argument or a debate, that maybe guys...
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like, in that sense, I like a ballsy woman, you know, who's not afraid to speak her mind. And in a way, something that I like more than what you did actually is actually no, you have quite a bit of, but I like attitude.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I like when someone can tell me to like fuck off or shut up. Or, you know, like I don't like someone who just bow down the whole time. Like I think that's a turn off.
Yes.
You know, I feel like a girl's just doing whatever I say, and it's like, okay,
yes,
I'm not gonna. Why are you so afraid to speak your mind? You know, just tell me what you think.
Yeah, which I do think, I know we want to go into like the more practical side of like what happened and we will, but I do think that one of the questions I was going to ask you is...
You're not asking it anymore.
No, I am.
Okay, you are.
Should I wait for it? I'll wait for it till the end. Well, I was
Why
gonna.
don't we do it now?
I was gonna ask. I'll do it now. I was gonna ask you, like, what are the lessons that if you had any lessons that you learned from our kind of quote unquote relationship, what were they? And one of my biggest lessons that I learned, and I feel like something which like has been so helpful, is that like when we were together, because I didn't really know like what this was and what I wanted from it, and I was like trying to please you the whole time, that I think I held back a lot of my personality at times, because I was kind of trying to be like, at times I didn't, but at times I think I was just trying to like suss out like what was going on. So I was trying to be
but
like,
that's also normal.
It's normal, but I think that it repressed the side of me that like I didn't treat you like I would treat my mates, because I know no, but in a way like in a way I should, because like if we don't have a friendship, really. Then what do we have?
Not really. Like I think at the end of the day, getting together with someone, whether it's a relationship or a one night stand, whatever it is, it's a dance, you know, and you have to dance the dance. And it can't be, oh, let me be the same Molly that I am with my coworker who's known me for whatever many years and sees me eat Doritos with, you know, melted cheese and have shit on my face, you know. No,
yes, okay.
I get the point. Like, yeah, you should be yourself, and I'd hope that, you know, after a month or whatever the time frame is, you were yourself and you're comfortable just showing me who you are. But I think when you first meet someone, whether it's romantic or a random person or business, whatever it is, you're not the same guy that you'll be a month or 2 months or 2 years down the line. Right. And that's life. You know,
that's true.
There's nothing wrong.
That's true. But in terms of like, you like somebody who maybe like puts you in your place a little bit more, I think I was potentially afraid to do that in case it would have like backfired in some bad way.
Don't
you
do
know?
that.
Being like, So do you know what I mean?
No.
Not that would have played into like a good or a bad thing, but I just think that was just like one thing. But so going back to the first date, so then we go to Soho House.
You asked me a question, I didn't answer it.
Which one? Oh, did you learn anything?
Yeah.
I'll come back. Okay, tell me. No, I'll go back to it.
Okay.
I'll come back to it because that's a nice like round up at the end. Wait, let me just check something. Okay, so going back to Soho House. So we go to Soho House, we're having a few drinks. By the way, I didn't know, I feel like a staple of your and my like relationship was we did really have good conversations.
Yeah, very good.
But at that point, we hadn't really gotten into that kind of stuff. It was just...
We did in Soho House though.
Did we?
I don't know.
I don't remember,
I have no idea.
No, I was so drunk when we got to Soho House, and then we got more drinks. And
very good drinks.
They were good drinks. And it was, for me, it was just like physical attraction at that point. Like I was like, he's really hot, you know? And then we were like making out and like dancing a bit, and you didn't really want to dance, which was fine. And then we were just like making out, and that guy came up to us and was like,
we're disturbing people around us and they're making out.
Yeah. Then this dude came up to us and was like, you guys look great together. Oh no, did you know that? Maybe you didn't know that. Some guy came up to me and he was like, you're beautiful. You two look great together.
I didn't know.
Okay, so that happened. And I was like, thanks. And then we went for another drink and we were drinking, and I was like to myself, I'm going home. Like, you know, I was really attracted to you, but I was like, I'm going home. So what happened? I was like, I'm going home.
Do you want to share the true story of what happened?
Wait, I am not...
That bit I remember perfectly.
Okay, go on, you do it. So we're having a drink. We've moved from the dance floor.
We're at a table.
We're at a table now.
I want you to say it.
Okay.
Because I know you remember it.
I remember it so well. So we're at a table now. And then I go, okay, well, I think this is a good time for me to go home. And you go, why? And I said, well, I think that if I don't go home now, things will like escalate. Is that? Oh no, I said I don't trust myself. What did I say? That's so fucking cringe. What did I say?
Yeah, something along the lines of if I don't go home now, I don't trust myself
with
what will happen next.
Yeah.
Or I don't trust myself that I won't come home with you. And then I was just like, why don't you?
Yeah, I know.
And then he just said, okay. We went home.
No. First of all, I really hope my dad's not listening to this podcast. And second of all, no, I said I don't really trust myself. Like, and I'm not saying this to say that this is a good thing, but I genuinely had never slept with someone on the first date. Like, I'd never done that. And I was like, it's not something I really want to do. And
oh, you did?
No, I had never.
But you wanted to?
I know. Yeah. Way through in the story. Oh, no, I never wanted to do that.
Oh, you never wanted to? Okay.
Well, I didn't really care. I never really thought about it in enough depth, like to want to do it or to not want to do it. I just never done it. And then you said, well, why not? And I thought about it. Yeah, I know.
Best argument. Why not?
Why not? And I really thought about it, and I just thought, well, I'm never seeing this guy again. Why not? And so then I was like, yeah, may as well. And so then we went back to your place.
We got in an Uber.
Got in an Uber.
The driver got disturbed.
Yeah, obviously we had sex, and then I just went home.
The same night, or did you sleep?
No. So one thing I also want to say is that like I don't sleep over at guys' houses because I cannot sleep.
That's one thing that I really liked.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Like if you had tried to sleep over a man, it would have been like leave.
Yeah.
I just can't sleep.
I hate it.
I hate it, and I can't feel comfortable.
No. Like unless it's a long-term relationship, and even then, like
even
I just rather sleep alone.
I agree.
I'll definitely have my own bedroom. When I'm married to someone.
Yeah. So then anyway, I went home. You went home.
Can I get another beer by there?
Yeah. Can you get it yourself? It's just in the bottom drawer of that fridge, and I'll get up the questions on my phone. So so then from that point on, we just kind of saw each other, you know, every like week, maybe like pretty much like once a week, right?
Once a week or once every 2 weeks?
Yeah, once a week. It wasn't once every 2 weeks. He's trying to pretend like he was cool. It was once every week. And so answering some of the questions that we went through. Okay, so out of 1 to 10 on that first... Wait, first of all, did you think I was going to go home with you? Wait, maybe I'll wait for you.
As soon as we got into Soho, yeah.
Wait, come here, I'll wait for you. I should make sure the mic can pick you up well. Okay, so wait, did you think I was going to come home with you?
1 second.
Were you surprised when we made out? Because if you didn't think I was interested in you at all...
No, because we're already hugging. Well... In that moment, I wasn't surprised because we're hugging and we're outside a pub after having 5 drinks. Like, what are we gonna do? Hug and say nice to meet you? That doesn't happen. Well, it does, but I didn't think that would happen. So no, I wasn't surprised. I was pleasantly surprised at how good it was.
What, the kiss?
Yeah. Now, was I surprised he went home?
Yeah.
I mean, me at the pub would say yes. Because, you know, we weren't really having it.
Yeah, we had a shit time.
We weren't really having a conversation or anything. But me at Soho House, no. You know,
Okay, so you weren't surprised?
No.
Did you want to kiss me at any point when we were in the pub? Or were you like, she's not into me. She's a bitch. Not a bitch, but like, did you dislike me or...
No, I didn't dislike you. But
okay.
The thought of kissing you didn't really occur to me at all.
Yeah.
Like, I was just... We barely talked.
Yeah, we barely talked.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the initial 2 hours were just us getting to know other people as if we already knew each other really well.
Yeah.
It's like, let me meet these other humans around. But we didn't know each other really well. So
I thought you were physically attractive, but I think especially for girls, like it's really hard to create like a emotional like connection with someone or a physical some kind of like attraction with someone. There was just like
I get that.
Yeah, there was nothing about that.
I guess then we got to know each other to some degree at the latter stage of the night at Soho House.
Yeah, true.
And that was nice.
Yeah. And I think more fun. Like, I think I got to know you in like a fun environment.
We actually spent time together.
Yeah. So then from that point on, like you and me saw each other about once a week. You invited me to a party the week after, which was fun. From that point on, I think that like I came to your apartment, like you came to mine once a week. Then you invited me to Wales with your friends.
Yeah.
So Vitor messaged me being like, hey, we're organising this trip. It's going to be me, 2 guys. And a girl. Do you have any friends that you want to invite? Do you want to come to Wales? And at this point, I think, so I had come into this, like I had a relationship for like almost 7 years. And then we had ended.
It's a lot.
I know, a long time. And we had ended in like June that year. And I think I lied to you. And I think I told you it was earlier.
Yeah,
that was a lie.
I'm so over it.
To be fair.
Broke up 2 years ago. Don't want a relationship. Just lies.
To be fair, that was a lie, yeah. I wasn't lying to you. I was just trying to...
You were lying to me.
I was lying, yeah. I'm a salesperson. I'm like navigating it in a way that sounds not as bad. I think that I lied about it because...
Why do you keep moving the camera by then?
Because every like 20 minutes I have to click re-record because this is just what happens with media cards. I think the reason why I lied was because I didn't... Not that you would have been freaked out and like now I know I should be honest, but I didn't want you to be a bit like, oh God, like maybe she has like baggage. Or maybe she's like still in love with her ex-boyfriend. Fuck you. I do not have baggage. Okay. Do you think I have baggage?
That's another podcast.
Okay, we'll get to that. So I lied about that. Anyway, we ended up going to Wales. We had like a fun time.
Yeah, I had fun.
Did you have a fun time? when you invited me, one of the biggest things that I learned from this was like, I really need to think before I get into any kind of like something with a guy. I need to think like, what do I actually want out of this? Because I think I'd been in a relationship for such a long time. And then you were probably the second guy I had started seeing relatively seriously, like on and off and like for a few weeks, and like I quite liked you and all this stuff. I don't think that I had thought to myself like, oh, you can have it didn't even really cross my mind of like having a casual thing if I wanted to. I remember the third time, our third date, this is what you were talking about. We were sitting on your sofa at like sometime at like 3 a.m. or whatever, and you asked me what I was looking for, and I said, I'm not looking for like a boyfriend, but if I met someone who I really liked, like I wouldn't shy away to that. Is that the moment that you're telling me that you think that you said to me?
I had already said it on Hinge. Before we ever met, that I wasn't looking for a girlfriend.
I don't think you did, Vitor.
I promise you I did. I promise you I did, because I said that to everyone that I ever spoke to on Hinge. That's one of the very first things that I told to everyone that I ever spoke with.
I don't think we potentially didn't speak for long enough for you to say it.
It's one of the first things that I say. But let's assume that I didn't.
Okay.
On that third date, I did say that I was looking for someone to have a good time with, not to be committed to, and definitely not a girlfriend.
Okay.
Or serious relationship. That's for a fact.
Okay.
I know that I said that there and then.
Okay, so I think
there's no arguing around that. I'll concede to you on the whole Hinge thing.
Okay.
Whatever. But third date, it's...
I'm gonna write to Hinge, by the way, and ask if we can put up that convo.
We must be able to now, GDPR and shit. Data that they have.
We must be able to. But I think, okay, so I genuinely have no recollection of you saying that. I'm not saying you didn't say it, I just don't remember that at all. So I feel like in future...
Selective hearing is what it's called.
I do have selective hearing, but I think that in future that's like one of those things that like maybe we should
say it every day.
You should say it every day and make sure you have a conversation about that.
Get a t-shirt, not my girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay. So then before I start like going to the questions about the relationship, to end this whole like timeline, so then we went to Wales, we had a nice time. I saw you, I carried on like once a week. We spoke consistently, like we pretty much spoke every day on WhatsApp. Yeah.
But not all day.
Not all day.
One text, two texts, whatever a day.
Yeah, you and me, I think, are both pretty much the same at like responding.
Like we have other shit to do.
Yeah, and we'd respond like every 4 or 5 hours or whatever. And then it got to December, and we went to Soho House again, our place. I'm joking. And I pretty much said to you, "What is this?"
That's, by the way, like she was incredibly salty about things, and she's like. She
salty
got there,
about what?
Everything. She got there and I ordered food and she's like, this is actually the first time we have a meal together.
Did I say that?
You did say that. And you're like, every time you just invite me to things that you're doing with your friends anyways.
Oh, did I say that?
And this is the first...
Fair.
This is the closest to a real date that we ever come to.
Oh, fair. To be fair though, and if you had said to me, I don't want anything serious, and if I had heard you, I know, but okay, imagine you're me. Like, I genuinely didn't know that you said that.
I struggle to believe that.
Okay, but I'm not lying. Like, I put my hands up to the time I was lying about me breaking up with my ex-boyfriend.
So you're saying that until that moment,
I didn't know what you wanted.
That I wanted a girlfriend.
No, I didn't think that you wanted a girlfriend. I didn't know what you wanted, and that's not your fault. It's my fault for not asking you. And now I've learned that.
Okay.
Drink your champagne.
I don't agree with it. Yeah, champagne.
You don't have to agree with it. That's
no,
but you can't disagree with it. Like, that is my version of what happened.
No, exactly. It's not my version, but it's your version.
So to me, in my head at that point, and I wish I knew. Like, I wish I had heard you. I wish I registered that, because then I wouldn't have gone through like, does he want a girlfriend? Does he not want a girlfriend? I don't really know. And to be honest, I wish I had said to you earlier, like what do you want? Anyway. So at that point, I genuinely didn't know. And I was just kind of like, well, we halve on everything, which I obviously some people will have relationships and they halve on everything. Yeah. But for me, that was like a big red flag. But obviously for you were trying to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
You were trying to do that. Yes. Now I know.
I'm taking her to a pub.
Yeah, taking me to a pub.
She's hanging out with my friends.
Halving the bill. Yeah. But yeah, so on that, when we went for that day.
But to be fair, like, let me side point. But please, like, in a way, it was actually really nice, because I was like, I don't have to do anything for her to want to be my girlfriend. It's like, I'll do the opposite. It's like, I'll do all the things that I can for her not to be my girlfriend, which is kind of refreshing in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah.
I'll take her to a pub. I'll split the bill. So it was, in a way, it was more of like a let's hang out kind of thing with. I know it sounds bad, but like minimal effort to
Yeah.
like do girlfriend,
Yeah.
boyfriend kind of things.
It doesn't sound bad.
Which
That's
is
totally
nice.
fair. It is nice. It's
Yeah.
nice to have physical affection. It's nice to have
Exactly.
someone who you're interested in.
So I enjoy that actually, you know.
Totally fair.
She's not my girlfriend, she's not going to be my girlfriend, and I'll do things to make sure that she knows after me already having told her, where I disagree.
Okay.
So I quite enjoy that.
I fully agree with you now. I wish that I had... I don't think now, like, showing signs of not wanting a girlfriend, not wanting a boyfriend is enough. Like, I think you have to have that conversation, one that you both remember, of being like, we're not going anywhere with this is nothing serious, we're both just gonna have a really fun time being in each other's company, and so therefore, like, we're gonna halve the bill, we're gonna not blah 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 blah. The thing which I don't remember that conversation, and the thing which I think confused me was, like, after we slept together on that first date,
we cuddled. Did we cuddle?
I don't remember. No, yeah, I mean, we chilled for like...
Yeah,
no,
we
you were
chilled
pretty
and
wasted.
spoke, but that day I slept.
You slept,
Like,
yeah. I went
passed out
home.
straight away.
Every time after we, like, would have sex, we did chill for like 3 or 4 hours, and we would always have really good conversation. Amazing conversation. But one of the things that I think led me up the garden path a bit was... like, especially after that first time we had sex, I thought I really thought you're never going to speak to me again. I just thought that's what that was. Like, I thought you were a dick, to be honest, when I first met you. So I just thought that's what that was. That was like a nice physical thing, never happening again. But then you were really good with, like, communication, and that you would WhatsApp me, and I was like, why is he messaging me? Like, in the beginning, I was like, I don't understand. Like, I thought this was just like blah blah blah. And so that's why I think, especially not remembering that conversation of you saying, I don't want a girlfriend, because it didn't happen. No, but because I don't remember it, I think that I thought maybe he does want something more serious. Which, by the way, when we went to Wales, I think made me feel super weird the whole time. And this is not your fault. This is just me being honest. I don't think I understood where I was at in terms of, like, you and me. I didn't know, is this going to be a thing? Is this not going to be a thing? I hadn't spent the time thinking in my head, like, what do I want? I can make that decision. I'd come out of a long-term relationship. I hadn't really considered the idea that you can have, like, a relationship with someone. It doesn't have to be, like, boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, you can just chill. Like, I know, but I hadn't thought about that. So I think I wasn't... I don't think I was fully comfortable.
Friends with Benefits with Mila Kunis?
Oh my god, yeah, obviously. No, they never hooked up, did they, in real life?
Oh no, they haven't.
No, they haven't. Yeah, but I didn't think I could do that.
Okay, fair enough.
So I think that whole time
by the way,
I
think for anyone, that's my opinion at least. I think you had a podcast about this actually. I don't remember the name of the lady that you had the podcast with. But I don't think that having sex on a first date is a good idea.
You don't?
If you want to, I don't think at all.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I agree.
Because then, in a way,
I agree, but then...
from my perspective, it's the first data point that you have with someone is what you have for a very long time until that changes or it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? So that's all you know that person for until you get to know other things about them. But that's if you want to. That's the point. So if someone doesn't want to know other things about you because that's all they want out of you,
right? You've
just given that to them. And nothing else will develop. Now, if I get in there with the intention of having sex with you, but you don't give that to me, and then we go for 3-5 dates, whatever it is, and now I've gotten to know Molly and I see that she's interested in where X comes from and how the world works and all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I see her as more than what I saw her as to begin with.
Yeah.
So I think for both sides, men and women, if you want someone to see you as more than... meat.
Yeah.
It's not good. My perspective. It's not good to have sex on the first date. I'd wait. You know, I think.
Yeah.
Girls that have made me wait, it's I guess worked out for them in that you want way more, and that's something that's I think as much about me as it is about men in general. We want to get things that we can't have.
Yeah.
You know, so don't give it to us.
I agree to a certain extent, but then if you also flip it from the other way around, like a girl could say that, like, for example, I had sex with you on the first date because I thought I was never seeing you again.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's what you want. That's what you want. So I was like, okay, this is not going to go anywhere. So fair. But there is something kind of fucked up in the idea that you have to wait if you already have that. But then again, are you talking about it from...
Why do you say fucked up?
Like this idea that that I have to, not me specifically, but like as a woman, that you have to try and withhold this thing from them so that the guy sees you as something more than just me or sex, like you said. Like,
I don't think it's a one-way street, though. It's a two-way street.
Okay, but can't you, and we'll get to that in a sec, but like, can't you still potentially, not just me, but like be interested in that woman for who she is and like what she has to offer and like her opinions or like, yeah, who she is, and still be sexually attracted to her and have sex with her?
Yeah,
like this idea of you have to wait, it's not like that one time once you have sex and it's all downhill from there.
No,
like
it's not.
that's
But that's not the point.
Okay.
The point is, if you give that on the first date, then if that's what that person wants, he has no incentive to find out other things about you. Whereas if you make the person wait to 5 dates, he will, by virtue of how things pan out, have to learn more about you. And it might so happen that he likes who you are.
It might, but then there are also scenarios.
In which case, you didn't have sex with a guy that wants nothing out of you and who you're not compatible with.
True.
But now the point is, if what you want is sex, then by all means, first date, first hour, first minute, who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that we all have to know. And I think it's as true as it is for men as it is for women.
Yeah.
If I want something, if I want a girl to see me more, to be fair, it's rare for the same to happen to men just because of how society works, but it does happen.
Yeah.
If I want a girl to see me as more than a sexual being, then I have to show her that, I'm not an idiot. I have interests and whatever it is, that the guy has to show. So I think it's a two-way street. It's just today it happens more often with women than
I
men.
would respect a guy way more, like if we were on a date and then let's say I wanted to have sex with him and like I initiated it and he was like, no, like I don't really want to do that. Like I would respect him so much and probably take him more seriously for sure if he was like, I don't want to have sex.
His intentions there and then.
Yeah.
He says no, but he says, let's go out again tomorrow afternoon or next weekend.
Yeah.
That one, he doesn't just want you for sex, and two, he's keen to see you again.
Yeah.
It's a clear message.
That's true. Okay, now I'm going to reel onto my question. Okay, so then really now getting to the end of it. So then after Wales, we came back, we carried on seeing each other. You then went away to Portugal for like 3 weeks.
That wasn't right after.
No, it wasn't right after. Oh yeah, sorry, we had the exclusive chat. When we went to Soho House, I was really salty to you, apparently, and had the...
I feel like we jumped a bit of things, because I did talk about Soho House and you bitching about the fact that I hadn't bought you dinner till then.
Yeah, it's so true. You never bought me dinner, even till then. I halved it.
Why?
Yeah, I know, because you just didn't like me. But, yeah, so wait, but which bit have we missed? I haven't missed anything.
I don't know. I started the story about Soho House and you being bitter.
Yeah,
but then we started talking about Wales and sex and first dates.
But then, like, the point I was trying to get to on that was that then when we were at Soho House, I basically said to you, like, what is this? What are we? I don't really want to be...
What do you want?
What do you want?
All those kinds of things,
yeah. How did you feel about me bringing that up?
To me, it was a bit... not forceful, but I guess forceful, because we had already had the conversation where I said, I promise you we did.
I don't remember this conversation.
Do you not remember us talking about the fact that I had had a long-term relationship, I didn't want anything serious and all that kind of stuff? That was in our third date. Whatever. So, and Soho House to me was a bit forceful. I was like, okay, I've already told her that I don't want that. Now she's bringing it up again. She clearly wants more out of it. Right,
so you thought I wanted you to be my boyfriend.
No, you didn't. Okay. But, well, you kind of did. But what you said was, okay. I told her, I don't want a girlfriend. I will not commit to giving you time on weekends or whatever it is. If we want to hang out and it's mutual, we will hang out. And that's where it ends. And we had a good chat around that. And the one thing that she said is like, okay, I understand, whatever, but I need you to commit to being exclusive. So we weren't exclusive
sexually
for 3 to 4 months.
Exactly. I want it sexually exclusive.
Yeah, we weren't exclusive for 3-4 months, whatever. It was like 15 days. So I agree.
So you're saying that because of my thingy?
Yeah,
you're right.
It's a bit misleading.
Well, we kind of, you're right. We saw each other for like 3 months. You're right.
So anyways, so I said, okay, I agree. If anything happens with anyone else, I will tell you, and I will not have sex with you after doing anything with another human. And that night I told you that I had hooked up with my ex-girlfriend while I was seeing you.
Hooked up, you mean get with, right?
I didn't fuck her,
Yeah, you got with her. Like, made out.
Yeah, I made out with her and I told you that. And you weren't happy, but you said, okay, like you're coming clean, and
I wasn't mad though. Like I feel like I was pretty fair and all of that. I was just a bit like, oh, I wouldn't.
You were annoyed.
Yeah.
And you said I'm not in a position to judge, but I would have never.
I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't,
because I think it's whatever. Like,
but this is the same thing. And to be honest, not all of this is kind of irrelevant. And I swear to God, I do not recall a conversation between you and I. And if we had that conversation, it would have benefited me. So like, I wish I remembered that. But like, because I wasn't sure like where this was going, you telling me that you had got with someone and like, and then also on our first date, like you kissing someone, which you told me on that night. You told me on that night that you kissed someone on that first date.
No, that wasn't that night. That wasn't that night.
When was it then?
That was in my room way before. Like after we had sex, we spoke about the first date, whatever.
I don't think that was.
I promise you. It was in my room.
Such bad memory.
In my room, laying on the ground.
Okay, I don't remember that either.
Laying on the ground, not in the bed, like area.
On the floor.
Play area.
Play area. Okay.
It was there, and we had a conversation. Whatever, you were mad for a bit, and then he said, "Fair enough. You know, it is what it is. That's in the past."
Okay, I also genuinely don't remember that. I remember.
By the way, like just so everyone knows, she has terrible memory.
Yeah, I do have bad memory. I do.
So trust me.
Beetle, you know me so well.
Yeah, I do. Right? Trust me, not her.
So then, I remember you told me about your ex, and I was a bit like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And I felt like I wouldn't have done that same thing to you, but whatever, each to their own. Then we agreed to be sexually exclusive.
Then you told me, and then when I said, okay, I agreed to be sexually exclusive, you said, and you can never see your ex again.
Did I say that?
And I was like, no, that is not happening. Like
but I didn't say it in that way, did I?
You said, as long as we have this thing going.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, which I think is fair. Like,
by
the way,
no, it's not fair.
I actually don't remember saying that again, but if I did say that, no, it makes sense. I mean, that to me makes sense right now. Saying like, if we are going to be like having a thing, if you're obviously romantically interested in her enough to make out with her, then if we're going to be exclusive, then I don't feel comfortable with that. I wouldn't have said it in like, you could never see her again.
No, you said, while we're doing this, I don't want you to see her again.
Yeah.
And then I said, no. I said, she's a good friend of mine, and I will not agree to not seeing her again.
Okay, fair. Again, I don't remember that, but also fair play. Like,
and I said, if you saw your ex or whatever, like I wouldn't tell you not to. I'm telling you that as long as we have this agreement in place, which we've just made, I will not hook up with her.
How did you feel about me at this point?
It's a bit, I don't know, like, I felt... I know I shouldn't, but I felt less attracted after that.
After this conversation?
Yeah. I don't know why. Like,
is that because I asked you for sexual exclusivity?
I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know. I could tell you that yes, it is, or whatever it is. But the honest truth is, I don't know the answer. Like, it's too deep inside of me, whatever you want to call it. But I know what I felt. I don't know why I felt it. You know?
Okay.
And that's how I felt.
Okay. And so then you went away.
Mm-hmm.
Then Vito went to Portugal for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I was busy with family and stuff.
He was busy with family. We were speaking a bit every now and then.
Not much.
Not much.
And
really not much.
She got annoyed that I wasn't speaking much with her, and then
Wait. I need to defend myself here. When you say I got annoyed,
you did.
What do you mean?
Because when we had,
I never messaged you saying why aren't you speaking?
But when we had the breakup conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so don't jump to the I got annoyed because you don't know what went inside my head.
Well, I did afterwards.
You don't know.
You told me that.
You don't know.
When we broke up.
Let me explain.
When we broke up, you said you went to Portugal for 3 weeks and you barely spoke with me.
Yeah, but I think that you are thinking of these things in a way that you think that I thought like this. Like, you haven't really asked about my thought process behind doing that. Like, I wasn't mad that we hadn't spoken for 3 weeks. Like, I am a fully functioning human being. I'm independent, we spoke about. I wasn't mad or upset. I think it really like honed in then, oh, you don't want anything serious. So I wasn't angry. I was just, it highlighted it for me. This isn't something serious. So like when you were away and we didn't speak as often as I thought potentially we should be speaking, if this is supposed to be going somewhere, like if we're supposed to be exclusive, then after my birthday December 31st, I was obviously expecting something. And then when I didn't get flowers in the post...
That's crazy, but
we'll get to that.
I think you should do a poll. Like, when you're not dating someone, she's not your girlfriend, You're in another country. Should you be expected to send flowers?
But I think it's just really funny.
How?
I think it's funny because like you and me we were so good at conversation about everything else except like we'd never like I genuinely don't think we had a proper conversation of what this was, and we were never as honest as we are being now. So I think that if we had this,
I thought we were.
Okay, I didn't. I really felt like even though we had really good conversation in some things, I felt like I couldn't be fully honest.
And by the way, like when I told my friends about the conversations that we had, they tell me that in a way like it's too good to be true. Right. Like there's no way she's that understanding about these things, because that's to me how these things were panning out, and those were the conversations that we were having.
But I did, to be honest.
So I did feel like we're having open, very good conversations about these things. Yeah,
to a certain extent, you are right. Like to a certain extent, when we were dating, in my head, I always thought we're not fully right. Like I thought to myself, maybe there's the potential and maybe he wants a girlfriend, maybe this could be something that's really nice. But I did ultimately think like we're not 100% suited to each other relationship wise. And I didn't necessarily want a boyfriend. Like I wasn't lying when I said I don't necessarily think I want a boyfriend.
And you also said that very early on.
Yeah, I did. I said I don't think I want a boyfriend. Perfect, yeah, but if I want someone, whatever. But yeah, so I think, and I think your friends are right, like to a certain extent, I genuinely was happy just to like see you and have a great time with you. Just after the birthday thing and after I thought that maybe like we were supposed to be exclusive, and because we hadn't been speaking, to me, it was just like, I kind of feel like I'm wasting my time. Like now I'm exclusive to this guy. We're not really even communicating that much. It was just my birthday. Like we're not even really like having sex, if that even is what it was. I know you're out of the country, but like we weren't. Totally fair. But still, so then I sent you that text like a few days after my birthday being like, hey, I think we should end this. Because I thought to myself, maybe there's a potential for it to go in like a better in a more relationshipy direction, and it was just clear.
Why did you want that, by the way?
I don't think, and not to be like, I want to prove a point or anything like that. I don't think it was to do with you. I think that in my head, it made logical sense for me.
As in just the evolution of things?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I don't really want a boyfriend. Like, I'm very happy, like we were talking about before, very happy being single and like working on my own stuff. Yeah. But I had never really thought about that as an option. I know that sounds weird, but I never thought that you could just like have a relationship with someone and like have sex with them and like care about them, but not want them to be your boyfriend and not to evolve that relationship.
But I guess in a way it's a destructive way of thinking, because if you follow that evolution, it's dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged, married, and then after you're married, what the fuck do you do?
100%. I agree.
You gotta stay there.
I agree. I think it's a really rigid way of thinking and something that isn't necessarily applicable to everybody, and you shouldn't just meet someone and think, oh, I guess this should go to the next steps, because like there were a lot of things that we weren't compatible on. Like, I love you as a person, and I think you're a really cool guy, but there are things that, like, I want in a relationship that so far you haven't, like, demonstrated that. But I think at that time, I was just like, oh, I really like this guy, we have really good sex, like, maybe this should be something. Do you know what I mean?
No, I do. Well, I don't. I get where you're coming from, but I don't feel the same way.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, so now some of my questions before we, like, wrap this up. We'll wrap this up in, like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Are these your questions or questions from people?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Okay, so was there anything that surprised you about me? You kind of already said this about...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I've kind of already answered that.
Which you can just say I've already answered that.
I've already answered that.
Okay, great. What's the thing you liked most about me?
Physically or?
Both.
Personality wise, I think just how interested you are in everything, and your ability and interest in having conversations about all sorts of things, and also like could bring you anywhere, and you wouldn't be weird or awkward, you'd get to know the people around. I didn't have to look after you, do you know what I mean? You were there doing your own thing, and I was doing my thing, and then we do our thing. So I quite like that. Goes back to independence. And then physically, I think there are a few, but if I have to pick one, I mean, naturally an ass man to begin with, and I think you have a great one, so it has to be that.
Thank you. Good answers. I hope you hear that, everyone. What's the thing you didn't like about me, or something that you like the least?
Your boobs. No, I'm joking.
Can you imagine that is so peak? Like, let me just edit that out. Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I don't know. Personality-wise.
Even though we actually did play this game of what do you like the least, three physical things about me. But anyway, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Personality-wise.
Did I say boobs?
Fuck you.
Did I?
Yeah, you. Oh, you mean when we did that? No.
Okay, good.
No, actually, I think that I can't remember where that went.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you actually did answer that.
Yeah.
I think I asked you, and then you're like, I'm not answering that. Or it was something really boring. No, you didn't answer
boring.
that. No, you didn't answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what's the question?
What's the thing you like least about me? Personality-wise.
I think it was that thing that put me off, which is like your keenness to evolve that into something that I didn't want, which is not really a personality trait, or it doesn't have to be. It's just where your mind was at that point in time. The princessy thing, is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe that's more something that you're looking for. Yeah.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll go back to that, where you were at that point in time.
Okay. Is there anything that you wish I did? Or like maybe there was something I didn't do that you wish I did? It could be...
Rim jobs? No, I'm joking.
That's a good answer.
I don't know. I mean, there's a world of possibilities in terms of things that one could do. But
so true. It could be emotionally, could be physically. I'm not that good with physical affection. Like in not regards of like sex. Like I'm not very good at just like touching people, and like I know that you said that you like physical touch. Yeah. Maybe I was lacking in that department.
On the first date, yeah, you were.
Yeah, in the first day I was like, fuck this guy.
But after that, what was the question again?
Is there anything that you wish I did?
You did. It's hard to tell. I don't know.
Okay.
I wish you didn't have that conversation with me.
I know, me too. Sounds like I fucked it all up. Okay, after those like...
By the way, you didn't fully tell our breakups.
Oh, do you want to finish that up?
It's fine, let's continue.
Okay, we'll get to that. After those 3 months... Yeah, I guess you kind of answered this, but after those 3 months of like us meeting, and then at the very end of it all, in January where we met, and when you came back from Portugal, we met, and like we had that very kind of like amicable discussion, which was also quite hot, where we like ended it in the park. Do you think I had changed?
No.
Okay.
We were there for 2 hours.
I know, but do you think... But you think the relationship had changed, maybe from something like that was exciting and like fresh to like being a bit... Okay.
I still enjoyed that.
Okay.
It was just, okay, it's over now.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, so it wasn't like a big difference.
No,
okay.
I didn't feel anything had changed, actually. No. I left there and it was just another date, one that was a bit weird, and that we talked about not seeing each other again. And
right.
But no.
And the whole time when we were going out, was there anything on a practical level that was like a red flag? Like when we were out at drinks and I like say anything that you were like, oh God, I hate when people talk about that.
Probably the joke that you told about your brother.
Which joke?
Which joke? A mosquito or some dumb shit like
that.
Did
I say that? Yeah. Oh, because you asked me. Someone said tell a joke.
We're all telling jokes.
So I didn't want to tell it. Someone was like, tell a joke. That's not a real red
flag, but I just want her to expose this terrible joke to the world.
This is the first date.
Yeah,
that was probably the worst first date I've ever been on.
Ever heard. Like, no joke. It's a terrible joke.
So when we were on the first date, this guy, I think the old guy, said, oh, tell us a joke, like to someone. And you had a joke, obviously, because you're just fucking prepared with that shit.
Everyone had a joke.
Everyone had a fucking joke. And I was saying that, like, I like don't find jokes that funny.
That's because you only know your ones and they're terrible.
No, I don't know any jokes. And he was like, then he started rinsing me for not knowing any jokes and for being boring. So I was like, okay, I guess I have to tell a joke. Hating myself telling this joke already, being like, fuck it. So my brother is called Amos. So I was like, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Amos.
Amos who?
A mosquito just bit me. I know it's bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. It's such a boner killer, but that was the only one I had.
What was the question? I don't remember the question.
What would be a red flag?
I feel like my memory has been just...
Okay, next question. Were you ever thinking of asking me out? Like, have you ever thought about, maybe I do want... Have you ever imagined what would she be like as my girlfriend? Would I ever ask her to be my girlfriend? Like, have you ever thought about that?
No.
You've never thought
Honestly,
about it?
no.
You've never thought about me being your girlfriend?
No. Not because of you, just because I was so decided to not have a girlfriend.
Right.
That was just an X in my mental checklist of things.
But right now, like being totally honest, we were talking about before about how maybe you're thinking about maybe it's getting the time of you wanting to a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever thought... I'll leave his Instagram handle in the description.
Thank you, Molly.
Have you ever thought now, because maybe you're thinking about having a girlfriend, that maybe you'd want me to be your girlfriend? By the way, I'm not begging and I'm actually not looking for a boyfriend as well. I'm just genuinely... And you can... Like, I'm genuinely just curious.
As in, given that to be honest, like something that I told myself and spoke with my friends about is I don't want to revisit any past things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think if things didn't work out, they didn't work out for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no point going there again.
Mm-hmm.
Where we're trying to get to. We already know the answer. We already know that there's certain things that don't work out. So why not just wait for something new?
Mm-hmm.
Is where I'm at. So it's nothing to do with you or anyone. It's just to do with how I think about things.
And also, I genuinely think you and me would be good friends.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like I would prefer to be
and we
like...
should hang out more, to be honest.
I'm
not just saying that, but I do mean it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like I would genuinely, because we've had such interesting conversations throughout the whole time of us hanging out, I would genuinely prefer for us to be like, cool, I'm going to know this guy for a long period of time and we can carry on having good, interesting conversations rather than like, oh, we're going to like get together. Obviously, that's not what you want, so I know that's not on the table anyway, but do you know what I mean? Rather than be like, well, oh, we're going to date and like, and then break up and like X amount of time.
That's what I was honestly thinking that as we're talking today. You know, like I should hang out with her more often because I do enjoy spending time with you. I just think in a romantic capacity, it's just not meant to be. I
agree. But I am still attracted to you in a weird way.
You are still attracted in a weird way.
Yeah, like there's part of me that is attracted to you.
Well, why? You already know that I'm not in it for the things that you want.
No. I don't want a boyfriend.
Okay.
I'm not sitting here saying like I want a boyfriend. Okay. Because I don't. Like I have thought about this like with my flatmate. We're in the bachelorette pad. Like I don't... Is
she also of the same
conclusion? Yeah. We're in the same basket. Like we're 24, obviously you're 24. You're 24, right? You're 25 now, you're 25. 26?
Getting old.
Really? Damn.
September. Did you wish me happy birthday?
Yeah, I did.
You did, yeah.
I think on the day.
That's what people
around that time,
do.
Yeah, but you know.
On the day.
But like, I don't want a boyfriend right now. But I'm just, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I do want to be friends with you.
Me too.
I am attracted to you, but I still think we could just be friends.
Okay. I agree that we should be friends.
Yeah.
On the attraction front, I'm not gonna say that I'm not attracted to you.
You can say you're not attracted to me.
No,
if you're not.
what I'm thinking is the point that I made about not wanting to revisit past things.
Yeah.
You know, were to be only on a physical level, would that be considered as revisiting a past thing? I don't know.
It would be.
Yeah.
That would be considered as a past thing.
So it's something that I've come to peace with myself, I guess. You know? I don't want to do that.
I think that's fair, and also I do think that like the last time, I don't know if you remember the last time we had sex.
I do.
It was in March. Like
this year.
Yeah, this year.
Oh yeah, I came to your house. Why did I come to your house?
I think it was probably just because of the COVID scenario.
Yeah. It was nice.
It was nice, but it wasn't as nice.
No, of course. We didn't have, there's no story to it. It was just that.
But that's what I'm thinking. So maybe even though there is a part of me that is attracted to you, maybe it isn't actually a good idea because like maybe.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, I don't know what I think actually. I was thinking something, but I've lost it.
Yeah.
What were we talking about just before that? No, like within this conversation. So attraction and am I still attracted to you?
We were talking about
having
like carrying on things that have like already ended. Oh, I was asking you, did you ever think about me being your girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Was it that?
No, it wasn't.
We were talking about that. We were talking about being like attracted, putting things in the past if they're over, us having sex in March. You don't remember.
I've lost it.
Okay, great.
So I had sex in March.
Yeah.
So before that, what was it? It was the breakup sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, when we broke up and had sex?
We had sex when we broke up.
Yeah.
And then we had sex when I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
It's a random thing, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was saying that was probably... And like nothing to do like with you, but like I said to you before you even came over, I said I don't even know if we're gonna be like attracted to each other or like we're gonna want to have that.
In the moment it was good.
Yeah, in the moment it was good.
But it's
then,
not as like wow. As
no.
When you have a story around it and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, like it's dead.
Oh, I remember what I wanted to say now.
Yeah.
My thinking behind this is if you're having sex with me, you're clearly not having sex with someone else at the same time because you can't. Well, you could.
Like, literally.
You could potentially.
Well, like literally the same time.
Well, you could.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
but like what?
But the point is like. You're not giving yourself the space to develop new things. You know, if you're spending your weekends with me, why?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go out on a date with a new guy.
Yeah, I agree.
You might have something better and romantic with. You know?
I agree.
That's where I'm at. You know,
I
don't
agree.
want to go back to old things and not give myself the opportunity to move on to new things and find things that are better suited for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that like even me saying that like I'm still attracted to you like is totally fair. Like I'm probably still attracted to like my first boyfriend and like you're arguably
tone it down now.
Try and be like it's fine.
Yeah, everyone is like
no, but
that.
it's true. Like
no, I get you.
But I think it's really good to have someone in that to be like no, but that's not what this is. Like because it's helpful, you know, because sometimes you're led by things that aren't your head.
Yeah.
Which is potentially a bad thing. Okay, last couple of things. Okay, last question. What is kind of what we spoke about? What are you looking for now? If you're looking for anything.
To be completely honest, I don't really have a type.
But are you looking for like a girlfriend?
Oh, you mean?
Are you looking for like?
Okay.
Are you looking
I was
for?
thinking more like in the
Are you like picturing
you know,
to yourself like anyone who's blonde,
brunette,
about 5 foot, blah?
So you mean like, am I looking for a girlfriend or not?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm more ready than I was when I went out with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think I'd have the time or the mental capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't think so.
Okay.
It does seem like a good idea now with winter and COVID.
Yeah, totally. Like tier 2, it's good to get that buddy.
It seems like a great idea,
yeah.
but I don't think it's right yet.
And how's your Hinge? Because I saw you updated it. I think you updated it.
You said you did.
Yeah, but I think before I met you, I think I saw that you updated it. When was your last app date?
Never.
Wait, you don't go on them?
I've quit apps.
Really?
Updates, yeah.
So when was your last date? You don't have to talk. You can be like Vita. I'm not talking about that.
August.
But like from real life?
Real life. Yeah.
How was it?
It was very good.
Good.
Yeah. I don't want to do it. Not that there's anything wrong with it, and I think, it has its place. But I think one of the key issues with it is that I don't think it's clear in the intentions and
on being in an app.
Well, no, I think when two people meet on Hinge, there's oftentimes, from my experience, a disconnect between what the two parties are looking for in that thing.
Especially when you don't tell them.
Whatever. But I think there should be a button that says, strictly looking for sex, click or not click.
Well, you can do that. You can put it on your profile.
Yeah, but it's just like a written thing, and every girl has like looking for a boyfriend, even though half of.
Do they?
No.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
Okay.
But anyways, like, I do think that it should be clear, in some way, and I think meeting girls in real life is just one, more exciting, and two, more organic.
Mm-hmm.
You know on the spot whether there's some sort of chemistry or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I want to go back to doing things the old way.
Yeah, that's fair. Me too, by the way. I want to try and get off Hinge.
Do you have
I have Hinge.
Okay, of course.
It's so shit.
Your profile or Hinge?
No, my profile's unbelievable. Yeah. Hinge is so shit.
To be fair, I haven't at all been
on. I'm gonna try and do more real life dates. Well, Vitor, thank you so much. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Unless you have anything else that you want to say, get off your chest, express.
Not really. Check out Karnan, guys.
Do you want to do it for a profit?
Yeah, honestly, let me show the back.
Okay, go. Okay, wait. So this is Karnan. Talk about it. Go on.
Yeah, look.
It's a Brazilian.
Yeah, it's a couple friends of mine from Brazil, and they started this thing, and I'm all for it. Last month, actually, they got featured in GQ Brazil.
Very cool.
I don't know if you saw it.
I did see.
I was incredibly proud.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to stay on the journey with them. And March time, we're gonna go to Japan together.
That's sick. See all the
COVID
blossoms.
allowing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Exactly. See the blossoms. Climb Mount Fuji.
That's very
and
cool.
who knows? Maybe you'll be invited, Molly.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Stop. Another trip? Don't.
I know, right?
I'll start thinking you want a girlfriend
Don't
again.
mistake it for something romantic, please.